All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Attack on Titan, Season 3, Episode 5. All right, the traps have been sprung.
Yes, all of them.
The Reeves Company is now under the leadership of Reeves Jr., and they will be participating in the revolution.
Yes.
And this revolution is coming almost maybe in the nick of time because
the eyebrows are about to fly.
Yeah, Erwin is going to go on a trial.
Right, or he already had the trial.
And he's going to be hung.
Yep.
So, yeah. That's happening. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Although he would make a good martyr.
He would indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eyebrows.
But we have some potential things regarding Pixis as to what he's actually going to be doing. That was left a little bit up in the air, so it might be resolved here.
Right.
Also, Eren and Historia are MIA still. No idea where they are. We know that they are with the whole Rice estate and all that, but we don't know like what's being done where and all that.
Nope.
Levi's squad is searching for them. They ran into Marlowe and Hitch, which was a fun little callback to
it was indeed
previous characters. Marlowe, though, having that little moment with Jean, and Marlowe, of course, reminding him of Eren.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of cool in that the spark that Eren has is in others,
even if he never actually met them.
Met them. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, this episode, looking forward to seeing some crazy stuff go down, as usual. So without further ado, let's get into it.
例えば今この瞬間、ウォールローゼが破られたとします。ウォールローゼの住民を再びウォールシーナ内に避難させることになりますが、先日の避難で食料の備蓄は底をついており、二分した人類による内戦の開始を意味します。よしんば壁が破られないにせよ、すでに食料不足はウォールローゼで慢性化しています。ウォールシーナの壁を破るのは巨人ではなく、ウォールローゼの住民である可能性はウォールマリア奪還、行き詰まった人類の未来を切り開くにはそれしかありません。
エルヴィン、君はどうも理解していないようだが、人類憲章第6条、個々の利益を優先し人類の存続を脅かすべからず。これに対する重大違反だ。これはもはや反逆だ。
今や君こそが人類の脅威となっているのだよ。ピクシス司令、親密な関係を築いておったようだが、
我々が調査兵団に同調すると思われるのは心外ですな。人同士の殺し合いほど愚かな話はない。
Oh, that's some double entendre right there.
燃え尽くすまでそう時間はかからんでしょう。調査兵団がその火種となるなら今のうちに消すべきでしょう。何より巨人が壁を破ってきた際、人があまり残っとらんようじゃ巨人に呆れられてしまいましょうぞ。
では陛下の名のもと判決を言い渡す。エルヴィン・スミス、人類憲章第6条に違反ありと認め死刑に処す。
On the gallows that we've already built up.
これは即時執行されるものである。
This is so intense. Jeez.
これで。
With a smile on his face.
Yeah.
ウォールローゼが突破されました。
Oh, she's lying. She's lying.
突如出現した超大型巨人および鎧の巨人によってカラダスクの扉は2つとも破壊されました。
大経路を確保せよ。中東兵団前線部隊の全兵力を東区に集結させ、
Bring all the garrison troops. Yep.
ウォールシーナに誘導せよ。
This is hilarious.
住民の避難が最優先じゃ。ダメだ。
ウォールシーナの扉を全て閉鎖せよ。避難民を何人たりとも入れてはならんぞ。
Wow. And they hear this now. Yep.
それはウォールローゼの住民を、人類の半数を見殺しにするとのご判断でしょうか。
我々は最上位の意思決定機関であるぞ。
持ちこたえればいい。
そうだ。
今は目先の被害に右往左往すべきではない。
So they just want their game so that they can get, you know, Eren, aka the coordinate.
スケをさえ戻れば。
Whoa.
できません。
Yeah, yeah.
俺はウォールローゼの人間だ。扉の閉鎖は阻止させてもらう。
すまん。私も加勢しよう。ザックレー総統。いや、ちっとも。
Whoa.
これ
So
は一体。
everyone is in on this.
先ほどの報告は誤報です。
Yep, yep. Of course it was.
先ほど駐屯兵団と調査兵団は同調していないと申し上げましたが、
Yeah.
一言言い忘れましたわい。あなた方にも同調していないと。私はこのエルヴィンと同じ思いを持ちながらも、
Well,
もしあな
crap.
た方がより多くの人類を救えるのであれば、エルヴィンを処刑台に送っても良いと思っておった。
But it doesn't seem like
によっ
that.
てはわしらも首を差し出す覚悟もあった。たとえ巨人の力や成り立ちに関して無知であろうと、我々の方があなた方よりは多くの命を生かせましょう。バカなことを。ここを制圧したから何だというのだ。どうやら理解しておられぬようですな。クーデターじゃ。
Yep, yep.
中央憲兵の制圧完了いたしました。
Dang.
Yep.
兵というのは時には王より上官に従うもの。
これが
What
本
is
当
the
に非常時であった
king,
のだ。
king back
あな
there?
た方の
Just
先ほどの判
just
断
not
は
react at all.
人類憲章第6条違反。
Yeah, it does.
さらに偽りの王を立て政治を私したことを加えれば極刑に値するかと。
クソ、起きろホイボリ。
Oh,
飯か。
oh my god. So he literally is nothing. He's a puppet. He's just like, what? I'm tired. What?
お前の勝ちだな。嬉しくないのか。
ナイル、人類はより険しい道を歩まざるを得なくなったぞ。
Yeah.
というわけでクーデターは成功。
That look on
王都も
Sasha's
行政区
face.
も
Yeah.
ザックレス総統
It's
が
almost
仮を制
straight
中
from the
だ。
manga. Like,
今のところ
gosh.
貴族たちの反乱は起きていない。
でもティーブス会長の件は
息子のフレーゲルが奮闘してくれてるよ。
まだわかんねえのかよ。王政の連中は俺たちを救う気なんかねえんだ。目をそらして殺されてからじゃ遅いんだよ。その前に真実を書きましょうよ。
それに書かれてる通り冤罪だってことや王政側の圧力、フ
Whoa.
リッツ王が偽物であることまでバッチリだ。
Things are moving so fast. Connie.
バカな。
一人一人の選択が世界を変えたんだ。
お前から預かった3人も死なせてしまったな。すまない。中央憲兵の一部、その親玉とエレン、ヒストリアはまだ別の場所にいる。
Conveniently,
見つけねえと。
conveniently, a large portion of
そ
the
れなら手がかりがある。
interior police.
この戦いはそこで終わりにしよう。
我々の目的は兵団組織による統治ではありません。フリッツ家に代わる真の王家から新しい王が立ち、
不安に思っている者が多いのは事実です。一体何を信じればいいのか。
ピクシス司令の言う通り、今日まで人類を巨人から生きながらえさせた術があります。
right.
人類の半数を見殺しにするようであっても人類が絶滅するよりかはいい。
しかしだったらなぜそうしなかった。私の理由を言おうか。
Oh.
昔から奴らが気に食わなかったからだ。
Oh my gosh.
ムカつくのだよ。偉そうな奴と偉くないのに偉い奴が。いや、もうむしろ好きだな。お前はずっとこの日を夢見ていたの。
Wow.
このクーデターが人類にとっていいか悪いかなどには興味がない。
Jeez, he's being honest, but like,
とした悪党だろ。
Erwin just wants the truth.
私には夢があります。
Yeah.
子供の頃からの夢です。
中身はほとんど5年前レイス家を襲ったある事件についてだ。
5 years ago, yeah, yeah.
ウォールマリアが破壊された日だ。 5人の子供を持ち、特に長女のフリーダは飾らない性格で領民からも好かれていたらしい。しかし5年前の夜、悲劇は起きた。村にある唯一の礼拝堂が焼け落ちてしまったんだ。そして一家の主ロットレースを除く一族全員が盗賊に惨殺されてしまったんだと。つまりロットレースは家族を失った直後にヒストリアに接触を図った。
その血に種か仕掛けがあるってのか。
それより私が気になったのは礼拝堂が全焼したところにある。礼拝堂は石造りだ。破壊するには相当な時間と労力がいる。ロットレースただ一人。その後彼は自分の財産で礼拝堂を建て直してる。もはやここに巨人の存在がなかったという方が不思議なくらいだ。
Okay. We get Eren. Yeah. Okay. Wait, what? Oh.
なんだ?
Holy crap.
Yeah, I've been waiting so long to see that.
私たちが急がないとエレンが食われるかもしれない。
Yep, yep.
エレンはいつどうやって巨人になり、誰を食べて能力を得たんだろう。
I think we've already figured that out. The real question is who's eating Eren? Because it could be Historia, Rice himself. Okay, so this episode had things just like rocketing towards like a huge climactic underground chamber type battle and everything.
Absolutely.
We have resolved the revolution. It happened bloodlessly and it happened seamlessly. It was something
by episode 5,
now. What I sense kind of was the main purpose of this is to change up the type of conflict that will come in future episodes. Because it's not now just humans versus titans or human versus humans. It's going to be humans and titans against humans and titans. Because one of the things that they seem to be pushing more and more is that the Rice family essentially has a titan. Like they have
they have to in order to actually take Eren's powers, right? Because someone would have to eat him.
Exactly. So do they have a Titan shifter, or do they have something like what Grisha had, where he had the syringe and stuff, and I'm guessing it's going to be the syringe, because I'm guessing that if they had someone that could shift into a Titan or whatever, that they would use them.
Sure.
My thought is the reason why they want Eren that much is just because he is actually that useful, not just from being a human Titan weapon, but also with the coordinates specifically.
Right,
and I'm guessing
that's
that
just a bit
we can just assume basically from this point that the upper ups that were the higher ups that are kind of the conspiracy people behind all this.
Yep.
They know enough about the Titans and Eren and all that to be kind of expected that they would act in a way where they know enough. They know enough.
Right.
About
yes.
that.
They certainly do. Yeah. Seem to know.
So this was the weird thing. I loved the whole Erwin, Pixis, even Zackley. Now, is his name Zachary or Zackley?
It's Surveycon Legiment.
Surveycon Legiment. Yeah, exactly. But Zackley and all of them pulled this off perfectly.
Yep.
They're now going to get the real story printed. This is awesome.
Yep.
Fantastic work. I am basically probably going to spend the majority of my discussion time talking about this whole thing going on with Eren, Historia, the royal family. The royal family bloodline,
right,
and the power of the royal family, which was so interestingly
placed
mentioned...
in that in-between slide.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that, like, I feel like the last couple of episodes of Attack on Titan have been leading us. Meaning that the characters that have been saying things that seem to be a bit like out of nowhere. Like,
okay.
What was the one that happened a couple episodes ago where someone was saying something. This is tricky for you probably because you don't want to accidentally reveal something. But there was someone in a couple episodes ago that was saying something, and it's like...
Was it when they started talking about bloodlines first, or...
Maybe.
Because that was I believe that was something that they figured out because it was brought up from other people with all the interest that they had in Historia.
Yeah, but I don't think it was.
The guys they interrogated, that's what it was.
Yeah. I don't think that was. But either way, this one talked about something even more interesting. It brought
something
up that
very
whole,
specific.
Yeah, very specific. It brought up that whole kind of limestone or luminescent stone
crystal
cave thing. Yeah, it's awesome. Love that. That's gorgeous visuals. This is something we've never seen in Attack on Titan before. So
I mean, it looks kind of similar to like when Annie would crystallize or something like that. But like,
I guess it does.
Like,
sure. So maybe there's some crossover of Titan kind of abilities where there's whole thing of like Eren using his like, this is the thing they kind of like briefly brought up where they showed like his like Titan against the wall.
Like if he could somehow like use like if he could basically be the armored Titan, like,
or even Annie basically, like with like
because the walls are at least created from some
sort
of Titan
it seems a little bit kind of all over the place and stuff. But the big thing of having the royal family's blood power or whatever being passed down in this ritual type cave with a Pride Rock kind of little mini thing with having a person being put up there for human sacrifice.
Right. It's like King Kong type stuff. Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where I go, okay, so there's this whole thing with bloodline, or this whole thing with Titans eating like people with Titan shifting abilities and stuff.
Sure.
This is gonna go full on cannibalism. Someone's gonna eat someone. It's probably not gonna be Eren that gets eaten. I'm slightly worried for Historia, but I think Historia is actually going to be huge in the Historia coming up. So, in the future Historia, basically.
Yeah, no, I got it.
So, I guess this is going to be a big conflict with the Scouts and Levi's squad against probably the military police. Kenny. Yeah, Kenny, duh. Yeah. Kenny's going to be in there with his people.
Right.
And it's just going to be madness and chaos and stuff. The question, though, is that, like, let's assume that the Rice family has access to a Titan. Now, we don't know exactly what that means in terms of if it's the syringe, do you have access to one Titan, or do you have access to a like, we have 50 milliliters of Titan, you know? Like, is it a thing of where this is just enough for one dose? Or is it more of a thing of like
they have a case?
Could they actually have a lot of Titans in there?
Do they just have a Titan like caged up somewhere and they're just gonna let it out?
Exactly. Who knows? I think that this underground area is big enough that we could see a Titan battle inside it, which would be freaking awesome.
That would be pretty amazing.
Also, I think one of the ways you could do it is you have the whole thing be about breaking Eren out. And Eren ends up getting broken out, and he rampages through this area and stuff.
Sure.
And then it's like, we got Kenny's group, and we got Levi's group, and everything's going mad, and Eren's just destroying stuff. And then the Rice people, in like panic and stuff, they release like Titans or like a Titan, and then it just becomes this like brawl, and they're like just wrecking everything. The thing is that I see a lot of people potentially dying in a place like this. I see Historia as being someone who's plot relevant, but also no real plot armor around her right now.
Right.
But But this is the thing that would be a crazy twist. Is that they say that the royal bloodline has some kind of power that is passed down. Maybe the reason why Rod Rice, bandits, yes, killed all the rest of my family, and Historia is the only one left, probably. That's probably how it's going to end up being, the sole heir. That's a lineage. There's a passing on that can happen.
So you're saying Historia might have some latent power?
I'm saying that both Historia and Rod could have latent power. Like, it's the kind of thing of where I wouldn't be surprised if either of them turned into Titan shifters.
Then Historia and Ymir can be together.
Well, one of the things that I've constantly debated in my own head is why are the people here? Because of the walls. Why are the walls here? Well, because Titans, and we just kind of hit a dead end there. I think one of the most logical conclusions that you can come to is that the Titans that are there because someone or something chose that they be there. Now, here's the thing. We have Eren's coordinate ability, right? Now, I think it's semi-logical to assume that when Grisha basically sacrificed himself and passed things on to Eren. Yeah. I mean, because...
like, that's what it does seem to be like.
It's like they
haven't done an actual flashback to show it,
no,
but basically
this episode, like, cemented my theory. They're like, who could have done this to Eren? I'm like,
who could Eren have eaten?
What, that flashback that was so confusing that we saw where he's like, this will make sense at some point. I'm so sorry. I'm going to... And all that. So I think what we're going to find out is that the coordinate, that thing, was also, essentially transferred as well. Like, he had some special juice,
Oh, okay.
Like, he gave him, like this is like from the basement. Like, this is the thing, Okay. And that's probably going to be the big twist of the basement, is that the basement might just be the confirmation of what Grisha did.
The basement is actually just knowledge.
Yeah, it's just knowledge. There's nothing really in there that's, like, this basement shows us something. No, it
has a laboratory with a bunch of, like,
I think
Titan serum stuff.
Yeah, I think that's basically going to be it. Is that the humans at some point figured out a way to control the Titans.
That's what the coordinate is.
That's what the coordinate is. And at some point that was used to essentially build a barrier of Titans around the basically humanity.
Yeah, used to build the walls. Okay.
Yeah, and then we have the one that was the weird moment. The thing where it was like, it was a question that we weren't asking, was it was Erwin's dad.
Oh.
It was the thing of the memories of
oh, right, yeah. The idea that
humans.
Right, the idea that if humanity had been in the walls for 100 years, that's not long enough to not remember the time before the walls.
Right. And it's a bit of a jump, because I would just assume with, control of information and also just a government with, fear and control being their...
They would make it so that people don't talk about it.
Yeah, and they could just, remove things from history books and push certain types of education and stuff. It makes sense that most of the kids and stuff wouldn't know about it, but there would be like that third generation or fourth generation that would know about it, and it'd be kind of a closely guarded kind of secret.
Right.
Or there maybe be rumors about it, that kind of thing. So that seemed a little bit weird, and I don't think there's really any, like, anything, like, directly connected to that right now. But I feel like once we start pulling back things on the Rice family and kind of this whole ritual passing on of the royal family torch or what have you, that's going to be the kind of thing where it's like, okay, now we've dealt with the whole mechanics of Titan shifter transformation,
right,
lineage, passing on cannibalism and all
that hoobity-hoo.
Let's get into the walls.
What are we gonna do?
Well, not what are we gonna do, but like, what have we done? So we know like what we need to either keep in place, because that was something Erwin talked about, was that he was in the carriage with Zachary, and he's like, yeah, we don't know what they had to do in order to keep humanity alive this long, but whatever they were doing, it worked enough that we're not all dead yet. So maybe, he's like, maybe we made a mistake. Like, is there a possibility that now we, in saving half of humanity, we're actually dooming us all to extinction?
Who knows?
And it's like, who
the
knows?
Lifeboat scenario, you know? Like,
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's crazy. So yeah, all my speculation in this discussion is basically going to be centered around that. Like, what are the things in this episode that, like, so we can give you a chance to say something here
that stood out?
That stood out, yeah.
Well, the whole in between panel thing, I was like, oh, okay, that's a lot of information that we hadn't really, like, the whole question of like, oh, people theorize that the cave is, you know, the material or whatever comes from Titans somehow or whatever. It's like that. We just saw the cave. No one was theorizing about it. That's something that's no one is supposed to know about. Like, the main characters aren't even there yet. You know, Eren's there, but, you know, he doesn't ask those kinds of questions a lot of the time. You know, like, and, you know, like, so, and he certainly wouldn't theorize that it was from Titans. Like, that'd be something Armin might do, you know.
I mean, he might. He's literally touching it. Like, it's everywhere. Yeah. So he might be like, like, I fought Annie.
And when she punched my jaw off, it felt like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I think if I had been given like 5 minutes to think about like that room and that room alone, I probably could have figured it out.
Yeah.
But I think they're also trying to tap into something by saying that the Titans themselves are more than just walking flesh mechs. Like, they themselves are something more. Like, the fact that, you know, like, you have different, like different things that they can do. Like, you have specifically, like...
the Colossal Titan.
Well, also just, like, Eren at all having the ability to control Titans. It seems kind of similar to what the Beast Titan did, except the Beast Titan had like...
Beast Titan was like talking to him. And
he had like communication. He like kept them moving even when like, you know, like they shouldn't be able to move because it's nighttime. And so it's more. It's more. And I think these are all subtle world building things hinting at the Titans being... we're not going into the supernatural or anything. I mean, we could, but like, it's the kind of thing that makes me think that Attack on Titan at one point, or maybe at some point in the future, could go like a bit Evangelion on us, like just a bit, We already have some religions out there. We had a cult worshiping Ymir.
Right.
We had
that's that.
We have the whole cannibalism, rice, sacrificial ritual thing here that's about to go down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in Attack on Titan where you kind of wonder, wait a minute, this is all seemingly very like gritty and like heavy, but it's like how much of it is going to remain there, and at some point once we have, say, most of the mysteries revealed of the you know, the city and stuff, where do you go from there? I think
that is an excellent question.
I think the real question is you are either going inward or outward, and both of them have very different types of things that you go into. So yeah, how about in manga to anime adaptation? Anything that kind of stood out to you?
One of the things that I was glad that they had in this episode was another mention, basically, of how Hanji's soldiers had died under Levi's command. They made that sort of be like a passing comment earlier, and there had been a lot more focus on it in the manga, but I like that they brought it back up here that was good, just to make, just to remind us basically that those people had been people, right? So I really liked that.
How about the whole coup d'etat?
The coup d'etat. I liked how they did it. It was done very fast. Like, this is one of those things where I feel like there could be some issues where if it had more time, it would have, like, the payoff of the coup d'etat would be felt more strongly.
Sure.
They changed some things, if this is how far they go and all that stuff. So, it's kind of one of those things where part of me is like, okay, how much are they cutting things from the manga, and how much is it things that, like, could potentially be in a future episode?
Sure.
Like,
how much are things being rearranged versus how much are things being just destroyed?
Yeah, like the bit with Levi and Hanji having that, little conversation about her troops, right? So, I'm not entirely sure. I loved Erwin's talk. I loved his little interaction with Zachary there in the carriage, and how it's like, oh wow, this other guy, he's
a bit unhinged now.
Yeah, wow.
Like, he's kind of the old guy that maybe this is part of the whole future generation thing. He might be one of the people that, like, actually knows a bit about things, but he's been threatened basically his whole life by people like them.
Who knows? Yeah,
and
It's just like, I've survived this long,
But now that he's actually, like, out from underneath their boot, and they're out from underneath their heel, that he's like, all right.
This feels good.
Like,
yeah.
I'm so glad we're here. And he's thinking about it in terms of personal gain.
Right.
Or more or less, like, personal freedom, not necessarily about the freedom of humanity.
Right, which is interesting how they brought up that whole subject of talking about the freedom of humanity, but at the same time, it's a very human thing to be selfish.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you can talk about whether it's good or not.
Right. Like, Erwin specifically getting questioned by Zachary, like, you had your back up against the wall and you were about to die, so you do this now. Maybe you did this just to save your own neck and not really to save humanity. Maybe there's something you want more than what you want what's best for humanity. And Erwin's like, maybe you're right.
Yep.
I do have a dream, and I want to see that happen.
Yep. Dreams can,
yeah. It's interesting. I feel like some of the commentary from the people, from the characters involved, like Pixis and stuff, had some really cool standout moments. But there was just so much, like, really, really big things getting
this was very
revealed and stuff.
Yeah, this was very plot intensive, as far as not necessarily, like, yes, reveals, but, like, just changing the status quo, the dynamic, all that stuff. Whereas like some of the other episodes, I feel like are a lot more intense with how they they'll be plot heavy, but it'll be like,
and more character focused.
It'll be like super heavy, intense, character focused, plot heaviness, right? Whereas this was more like, okay, all this plot stuff happening. The world of Attack on Titan is going to be very different moving forward.
Right. So, and we're in episode 5 of season 3, and this is a 2-cour season. Holy
now you understand a bit better why I was freaking out so much at the beginning with seeing the pace they were taking.
One of the things that this makes me wonder, though, is that will we have maybe something like season 1, where things are going a mile a minute,
and then in the second cour they slow down a bunch.
They slow it down a bunch. Yeah,
possibly. Who knows?
It's possible.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have ideas, but
the bit with who was that?
Yeah. No, there's the bit with Eren when he's chained up.
Yeah,
and then suddenly he's imagining himself, and he looks way different.
Yeah. What was that?
Well, that is an excellent question. That is an excellent question.
Jacob is like, I know what it is, but you have no idea what that is.
I think we just might have to wait for the next episode.
But I'm going to theorize. Because here's my first guess.
Yeah.
Is that this is something that feels out of place as far as Eren's type of story.
Sure.
Eren's type of story tends to be more internal kind of
Yeah.
will, reasoning, and motivation.
Yep.
And he has had little moments where he's gone into his own mind and kind of like burned his old house down, you know?
Right.
And most of those are all tied to him being able to do something in the present moment. Now, what I am specifically like trying to blend this in with all the current stuff happening in this episode is there's a lot of things that are open-ended plot lines, I would say, going towards probably some pretty crazy reveals. They go along the lines of the Titans. They go along the lines of the themes of lineage, bloodlines. What was the other thing? The idea of cannibalism, kind of like eating for the purpose of gaining what the past has kind of left, you know, on a platter for you, essentially.
Okay.
And then also the human Titan kind of merging fusion for the purpose of just greater things. So Eren is the perfect right now example of the human Titan fusion for greater things.
Sure.
He is not like, you know, royalty or anyone special or anything like that. If anything, it might be that like his dad was someone special and he kind of just chose to, you know, pass things on to Eren and stuff. But that would make Eren like maybe half special or something. But the big thing I feel like that it is tied to is that it's when we looked at it looked like a woman, I'm guessing. She had black hair like Eren. Her eyes seemed a little bit off. And what I'm going to guess, is that person is like I'm not gonna go like Avatar state or anything like that here, but I feel like Attack on Titan is just about starting to, because I've always wondered when Attack on Titan would go and tease like Ava weird stuff basically.
Yeah.
But now that we have literal like passing on of like, you know, Titan abilities through like eating and stuff, it's like, what if that is someone that's like from the past, like even before like Grisha, like so someone that would be like, I don't know, like the original like holder of the coordinate or something like that. Like, like someone that was in basically the past.
The original Avatar. Or
or something. Or and this is my other weird thing, is that this place is special and has nothing to do with Eren. It's something that by him being here in this place of ritual sacrifice, and
he's picking up on like the essences of the people that have been sacrificed here beforehand or something.
Exactly. So it's not that they're at all connected potentially to Eren. There's some kind of
like, it's more getting into the fantastical type stuff.
Yep. And who knows? It might literally just be that like they were saying that this is this area was formed probably by Titan power. That means it 100% is, and it does look kind of like Annie's crystallized glass
diamond
diamond whatever. What it could be then is that he's just touching something that person who was the Titan that created this area.
If it's connected to Titan stuff, then you can sort of hand wave, you know, things and be like,
well, yeah, but Titans. that's the thing, is that we're almost at that point. We're almost at that point where the Titans are basically like perfect evolution. Like they're not really like they're not really like their own thing, in as much as they're not really their own localized thing. Meaning that like a Titan could be like we could have a flying Titan at some point. Like we could have.
That's the case humanity's screwed.
Yeah, my point is that we have a freaking beast Titan. We have a Titan that can control their Titans. We have a tank Titan.
Yep.
We have
Colossal Titan.
We have the Colossal Titan. We have
Female Titan.
Yep. Basically, we could have like any type of Titan. It's a cool way for the story to basically be like, you're not just gonna see these creepy little Titans and stuff. You'll see like all kinds of. Oh yeah, and we also have Ymir's Titan. I think is that the Titans can look and feel like and maybe even do almost anything. So like not having anything be off the table as like, oh, a Titan couldn't have done this. It's like, no.
This must be the work of an enemy Titan.
yes, exactly. Like I'm sensing that we're going to be going into that as a plot line and stuff like that. I do think that the Rice family probably has a Titan, and that Titan,
otherwise they wouldn't be able to eat Eren.
Well, no, I mean like that. Like they have like no, I'm not actually that sure, because they probably have. Oh, could they have both? Because I'm still thinking, do they have a Titan and a Titan shifter, or do they have one or the other?
Gotcha.
Because
or do they just have like some of the syringe stuff?
Well, that's just a regular
just
Titan.
Having a Titan.
That's just the same as having a Titan. Yeah. Now I think I keep falling back to that they don't have a Titan shifter.
Because otherwise they would have used it.
Yeah, they would have used it. So, I mean, there could be other reasons and stuff, but I think that there's more likelihood that they have just the syringe.
Gotcha. That would explain why they
really want Eren.
Well, why they really want Eren, but also they're bringing him to a specific location. Chained down and all that stuff. Because,
yeah, it's the kind of place that
they could potentially release a Titan, have it not be too big of a deal, and know that it's going to end up eating Eren or whatever.
Well, here's the really dark thing: is that remember how the chapel was destroyed, smashed 5 years ago? That was done by a Titan.
That does seem to be what happened.
Yeah. So the question is, do we know that Titan already?
Okay.
Do you want me to make the leap in logic here right now? Because I think we might have been told essentially by that they're trying to connect all this. What's the one person out there that has the theme of lineage that already passed on probably their Titan thing?
That would be other than
5
like
years
the
ago.
That
not
be,
the Rices.
Then that would be Eren's dad.
Aaron's dad. Yep.
Okay.
So I think what happened is something went down over at the church or whatever, and Aaron's dad got away. And when he got away, he took the. Oh God, this actually makes now perfect sense. He took the coordinate from them, potentially.
Okay.
Like, he took it.
All right.
Like he raided their stockpile or what have you. 5 years ago, and then he runs. Then he's being chased and stuff by people like
That's
Kenny
why.
or
That's why
something.
he disappeared or whatever after the wall fell.
Yeah, exactly. And then he basically just meets up with Eren, and he realizes I'm getting hunted and stuff. So then he basically, fakes his own death by actually having his son.
By actually having it be a form of suicide, basically.
Exactly.
And by doing so, they'll never find him.
They'll never find the trail. They'll never
because
find him.
No body.
Yep. Whoa. If they do that, oh my God, that would be amazing. The thing is that would explain why they want Eren so badly, because they now know
it's the way to get back what we lost.
Get back what we lost, and then they wouldn't have some kind of crazy Titan or whatever. But it could also be that Titan, the coordinate basically.
Yeah.
Like that specific syringe of Titan juice or whatever. That one is the way that they essentially keep control of things, because it's actually the ability to control their Titans. It's like it's either they're ace in the hole, or it's something that they need to use.
Gotcha.
I don't know, guys. Things might be going full Ava. I don't know what crazy. I feel like I'm just spitting, like they're just throwing darts, just seeing what sticks and stuff. But
Sure.
I feel like they're trying to be more and more obvious. Attack on Titan is trying to be more obvious than they ever have before.
That is definitely true.
And
yeah,
like that's good for people like me,
Right.
but it also is worrisome because then that means like, oh god, that means that these reveals that I think are big are just like, yeah, they're reveals, and now let's go on to the next ones. And it's like, oh,
right,
we're
because
going so fast.
they're actually saying now that they're going to start giving answers, basically.
Right.
And that's not something Attack on Titan likes to do.
Right. If usual, they give one answer and 2 more questions.
Exactly.
So that either means we're getting a ton of more questions soon, or things are about to seriously change for just the different. Guys, it's crazy stuff. It's Attack on Titan. If you want to get into the discussion on this, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on the Discord there. You can watch full-length reactions there. Non-spoilery discussion, of course, for Attack on Titan.
Unless you're
in the manga spoilers, then you can chat with him and laugh behind my back about whatever. And do what you guys all do in there or whatever. But yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.